Hello, theme park enthusiasts, and welcome back to Planet Coaster. In the last episode, we went ahead and completed Chapter 4. So let's jump in and see what Chapter 5 has in store for us. Are you a god? Gozer's arrival is imminent. Withstand the negative effects this Sumerian deity spreads among your guests, and train up the Ghostbusters to banish it back to the nearest convenient parallel dimension. Train the Ghostbusters so they can deal with Gozer. Gozer aggravates guests' needs with each wave of negative energy. First aid buildings, janitors, and benches are useful for coping with Gozer's effects. Alright. Train 4 Ghostbusters to master. Great. Alright. So I don't have the money to train up that one, and the other ones need even more to get there. So this is going to be a matter of just getting money in.
It's Gozer. We're too late. One of the park guests must have been possessed by Zool, the gatekeeper. Okay, I've dealt with this god before. Not much of a talker, though. No pressure. Just the end of all life as we know it. So, here's the plan. Well, a plan. You keep the park up and running, and me and the guys will deal with your all-powerful, indestructible, omnipotent, immortal god interdimensional infestation problem. Because we're the Ghostbusters, and no job is too big.
Alright, so basically it's a matter of I've got to take care of the ghosts in the park, and I need to get 51 ghosts in total here. And I've got to train up the Ghostbusters.
Oh, that Gozer is a real buzzkill. And by that I mean its buzz can literally kill. It starts by lowering the happiness of everyone nearby, including your guests. You'd think that a Class 7 god, one who's also known as Gozer the Traveler, would find a theme park fun. You know, like almost everyone else. Instead, Gozer is radiating negative energy that can put a real damper on everyone's day and life.
I could possibly use you at the Screaminator. I'm not sure, though. Alright, financially, I am definitely not doing well right now. So happiness-wise, I'm doing okay. I have a decent amount of guests in the park, but money-wise, I am really not doing so great. Alright, this one doesn't hurt me financially, so that's a nicety. Yeah, let's get you instead. Yeah, Winston's sort of a failure overall, I've found. But at least I have other Ghostbusters that can take up that slack. Yeah, no, I'm not going to be building any new rides or anything. Really, I think with this one, it's just a matter of waiting on the Ghostbusters to capture the ghosts and hopefully getting some money built up. For one, because I can pay off this loan soon enough. When I repay this loan, well, when I get it down to 5,000, I'll go ahead and take the other loan to repay it, and it's cheaper, so I should, in theory, have more money coming in for a bit. All right. I need you to put your ghost away real fast. Over here. I need you to get to the Ghostbuster experience because that is not going well over there. Alright. Let's see if you can deal with the Ghostbuster experience. Alright. You just dealt with it, I guess. Alright, well, they're running around, they're doing what they can. I've built the park fairly well. We've got, we've got benches out, we've got all that kind of stuff. So we should be fairly good in that way. Yeah, Egon failed again. Egon's failing a lot, and it's not really helping out my cause overall. I need the ride reopened is the bigger thing here. So let's go ahead and put you there to deal with the ride. Because you're my master Ghostbuster. Okay, and I think this is basically the way it's going to work for right now, is just rinse and repeat of trying to capture the ghosts and get my finances back in order some. Alright, so really what I'm going to concern myself with is actually getting ghosts better at rides. That's a more priority thing to me overall. Alright, he's got to head to the ecto containment. Ironically, we've still got a decent amount of happiness going on even though we've got all these rides closed and all these ghosts haunting all these different places. It's really rather remarkable to me, but you know what? It is what it is. Basically, I'm going to go around with Ray here and get all of the ghosts at the rides. I'll just have him capture a ghost, pick him up, put him at the ecto, and then take him to the next ride. The ones roaming the park are roaming the park. The other guys can try to handle those. Let's just get this paid off as quickly as we can, even though it's going to put us further in debt. Have you just put that one away, then you can run off to wherever you need to go next. Alright, I have first aids and such, so that's a good thing. Alright. Want the monster reopened, so we'll get him to take care of that as quickly as we can. Alright, so they are cleaning up the vomit. We're getting that taken care of as quickly as we can. So he got that one taken care of. Put him right there. Then we'll get him over to the train ride if it's already not taken care of. Alright, we'll take care of the train ride. Perfect. Let's just help him catch up. Ghost is haunting the Ghostbusters experience again. They are always haunting that Ghostbusters experience. I do not know about that. How much money do I need to be able to train him? That's the question. Really, I'd rather train him and have 3 that are sort of more capable overall. Perfect. Got him in for training. So we'll go ahead and get him boosted up. Because then we have 3 that are pretty good and just the 4th is a weak link. And ironically, we're doing fairly well on finances now. Alright, tired I can handle. Let's go ahead and put 1 more in downtown and 1 more in the country, then have 2 free roaming. Just think the Screaminator is a great value. Alright, well if the Screaminator is a great value, let me go ahead and raise it up a little bit in price then to $26. I could use the extra cash. And the irony is there's all this vomit here and there is a station right next to it. Let me get one of these people. I just want you over here. Go ahead along here and clean up all this vomit. Alright, so capture that ghost. Yeah, and we're not going to make it. We're going to be below the 50%. Yep. Hit reset that. And that's just one of those things where I think it's going to just take me a little bit longer. I'm going to need to hire some more janitors, I think. For one, clean up this vomit here. Oh, you're heading to the staff building. You're going to clean vomit. Alright, we're definitely getting the amount of ghosts we need pretty easily here. It's going to be this happiness that's going to be a bit challenging here. And for that, I think I'm just going to need more people clean up vomit. That's going to be a big part of it. Alright, so this is going to take a while, I think. With that in mind, I think what I'm going to go ahead and do is I'm going to go ahead and I will just come back when we are to a point where we're getting close. I mean, it's going to take me a while to level up all the Ghostbusters to nearly level 4 or master level. And it's going to take even longer, I think, to get all of these people happy here with the amount of vomit and stuff that we got going on in the park. So, with all that in mind, I'll be back whenever we get this all sorted out here. Okay, and we're back. So, right now I have, as far as the objectives, taking care of the 100 ghosts. That just basically happens on its own. They will process through the ghosts at a point in time. And I've also raised the average guest happiness to 50% for a current 2 months. It's actually continuing to go right now, which is great. But what I did in order to do this is what's important here. And this took a while. That's why we got to the catch 100 ghosts already. And I'm going to go over that. Plus, we're pretty much ready to train our staff the rest of the way up. We just have Egon and Winston where they need one more level of training, and I have the ability to do that. So, with this particular scenario, what I've sort of learned is money is not the same as it is in other scenarios for the most part. Don't worry about being in the red. I mean, I've been in the red most of this time now. What I keep doing is I keep taking out the loans that are possible and just letting them pay themselves off over time. And then taking them out again, which puts me into the green, so then I can train up my Ghostbusters and letting them go back into the red. So, the things that I had to do for guest happiness, that's probably the most important one here because that was a real challenge. You do have to micromanage some. You have to keep looking for places where you're going to have vomit. For me, I found right in this area here and right in this area over here was 2 big spots for where I'd have vomit all the time pretty much. So what I ended up doing is I put in a ton of first aid stations. We have one there, we have one there, I have one over here, I have another one around the corner here, I have the one that's right over here, and I have another one down at this end of the park. So we put in a ton of first aid stations, which again, I bought them using that tactic of getting the loans in, having my number not too negative where the loan would actually put me into the profits, pausing, spending that money before it was all blown, and then continuing on. The other thing I did because of the illness was that I went ahead and invested in a ton of janitors here. I put some assigned to specific areas, and then I just have a ton more that are free roaming. If this park was to go on for a long period of time, I would be losing money because I can't afford all of them. Something I did do because it didn't affect happiness too much was I also went ahead and closed all of the shops, and to make up for the amount of janitors I hired, I fired all my vendors. So, none of the shops are operating, and the vendors have all been fired. But that's gotten me to this point. I got the happiness up enough. It only had to be at 50%, so the fact that I'm missing drinks really didn't matter too much. So I was able to take care of it that way. Now, what I'm going to go ahead and do here is I just went ahead and paused at this point because I just went ahead and had paid off that $10,000 loan again. So we're going to go ahead and retake that loan out. And then we're going to go over to our staff here, go to the Ghostbusters, train the 2 of them up. So when they get trained up here, we will complete the last of the challenges, and then we will see what happens next. So with that in mind, I'm going to go ahead and sort of reclaim my park a little bit here. Let's go ahead, pay off that loan. Let's go ahead and go to the attractions and shops. We're going to reopen all these shops. Which, as I said, now I'm pretty much done with the mission. I'm fine with reopening them. Early on, I would not when you're doing this particular challenge. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright, so I will need 13 vendors. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Alright. So we'll have them. We'll also have the Ghostbusters heading to where they need to go. Anything else I want to do here? You know, I mean, they really were needing the janitors. So we're just going to continue losing money for right now. Hopefully when Gozer is taken care of, I could limit the number of vendors and I'd be okay. But yeah, I just wanted to cover how I had done this because it was not easy. It took a while too. I probably was playing off camera or off microphone here for probably a good 2 hours in order to get it. And the main thing I was focused on was training the Ghostbusters. But in the meantime, I had basically free time going on. So with that in mind, I went ahead and had I was micromanaging what was going on in the rest of the park. And trying to keep the ghosts down. And yeah. So really, I'm going to follow Winston here because he's the one that's going to be sort of my last guy that needs to go somewhere. Also going to grab this guy, bring him over here, clean up that mess real fast. Alright, he's also heading to the staff building. Perfect. Many guests are thirsty. Well, now they will have places they can go get a drink. Alright, now he should go ahead and head to the staff building, I believe. Heading to the staff building. Perfect. And I didn't do many of these coaster challenges challenges. Basically, if it was something that fit what I already had, yay, great. If it didn't, I wasn't going to worry about it. I didn't need the benefits of it, so I wasn't going to spend money and such that I didn't really have on it. As you can see, my money, I was at 5,000 when I sort of unpaused here, and we're already down to 2,200. It's gonna drop as far as the money, and really the whole thing is, best thing to do about it is to actually up the amount that you're paying on the loan to get the loan done as quickly as possible. Still takes forever, but the sooner you get it done, the better it is. Alright. He's been trained up. He's going to go head out. We'll get Winston in here, and then we can see what happens next.
When it's all said and done, it comes back to your training and to how little you care for your own well-being. Peck thinks we're stupid, but he hasn't studied and researched the world beyond what we can touch as I have. Sure, it can be frightening and dangerous, but that's what science is supposed to be. Paranormal research isn't about answering questions, it's about questioning answers. If it sounds like I'm trying to rationalize madness, it's because I am. What we need to do is reverse the particle flow generated by our throwers. How? We're going to cross the streams, which is so not advisable for a number of reasons. The foremost being that if it goes wrong, we could create a total protonic reversal, the end of life, reality, even time as we understand it. But what are the chances that'll happen? Don't answer that. We gotta get ready.
Alright. Banish Gozer from your park, select Spook Central, and call the Ghostbusters. Alright, so. Spook Central. Call the Ghostbusters. See what they're up to. Alright, so they're going inside. Oh, here we are up here. So, 2 of them are here. I'm sure the Air 2 won't be too far behind. One of them had to run from a great distance, it looks like. We've got ghosts roaming the park, but you know what? Those ghosts will just have to wait. The Ghostbusters are a little busy right now. Here we go. Alright. I do love all the animations that they've made for this. It's really rather cool. I mean, it's very much like what actually goes on in the movie. So I appreciate that. Alright. And they broke the doorway there. Are there people at the bottom cheering, or is it just them up at the top there? No, it's just the people at the top. Alright, so
that is why you don't mess with the Ghostbusters. We have the tools and the talent. I mean, just how many times do we have to remind this god who it's up against? And we even saved Peck. Though that wasn't a top priority. Or middle one, really. Kind of bottom of the list, truth be told.
Ha! Race stands telling the truth? Not likely.
How do you feel, Peck?
Great. Okay. Okay. Why? What did you do to me?
Nothing. Nothing at all.
I'm fine. Though I could use a walk. Or a run. Maybe I'll find a stick.
That's a good boy.
Alright, so we went ahead and completed the story for the Ghostbusters here. Now, I know that there is another level. It's sort of a secret level that you have to complete the story for. And in the next episode, I will go ahead and jump into that level, which is a little overtime. It's a bonus part that you get after you access through the Ghostbusters main menu. But with that being said, if you enjoyed what I did in this episode, please go ahead and click that like button. If you've not already, please subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon, so that you're aware when I produce new videos in the future. Thank you, and I hope to see you all again for the next episode of Planet Coaster.
All right, things look stable for now. PKE readings are within acceptable limits. However, this place, the park, is still hot with ectoplasmic potential, so tread carefully. The spirit world never goes away. It just sort of retreats and waits. And Gozer is always a threat, so don't let your guard down.